Truthfully, I'm not a very big fan of washing the car. If possible, I always find the easiest way to kind of, wash my car and get it done really quickly. But as you can imagine, what we do at home is never going to rival what full-on car detailer is going to do. But what if it was possible to do it at home with very, very limited resources? Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Charles. Just in case we haven't met, this channel is all about maximizing your ownership of your Sealion 7 or any other BYDs for that matter. As mentioned earlier, car washing is truly not my thing because every time I've tried, it doesn't kind of come out the way I expect it to come out. And maybe it's a combination of the lack of tools, lack of products, or the wrong products, etc., etc., and the list goes on. Fortunately, I actually bumped into some of the folks at Car Works in Singapore recently, and they were explaining to me some of the products that they have and how things have actually changed a lot in the car detailing space. Some of these products were so easy to use, I was like, a little bit skeptical most of the times. But nonetheless, I actually bought some of these products and decided to try for myself. So today, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of some of the tooling that I actually finally got myself and the right products and see if it's indeed actually so easy to use. So with that, let's get started and I'll see you guys in the garage. So here we are in my garage. It's a bit noisy. Hopefully, the noise cancelling cuts it out a little bit. I'll try to show you some of the equipment that I'll be using today. So yeah, first things first, obviously, it's a pressure washer. Frankly, this is the best investment ever. I know it's a little pricey for some people, but generally, if you can afford it, I think this is really a lifesaver, and just for lazy folks like myself, must have. Right, obviously, a couple of buckets, no brainer. And oh yeah, with the pressure washer as well. I recently bought one of these stuff. This is actually a foam cannon. So this one, I've tried the El Cheapo ones, the 20 bucks ones. Frankly, it doesn't really work very well. But this one here from MJJC, it's pricey, but when I'll show you in a bit, it's worth every single dollar. It just made washing the car super enjoyable. I usually kind of hate washing the car, just time and everything else in between. But this one, so satisfying. You'll see it in a bit. Microfiber towels. This one's a bit unique. I bought this online on Shopee. This is not very, very big. I can't remember the exact size. I'll try to find the description and leave it there. But one difference about this, it's actually quite heavy. It's one of the heaviest one I bought. The reason why I bought this is because, you know how you always wash, then you kind of need to, wring it dry and whatnot. Because this is so thick, right? It pretty much covers the entire car in one wipe. I mean, it gets heavy, but you can't actually wring it because there's nothing in it. Because it just absorbs so much water. Of course, I have two of these because the one wipe, the bulk of the water, this is just to really, really get it dry. Okay, so got two of those. And yeah, wash mitt. So these ones are really, really fun to use. Basically, you just kind of put in your hand and just wash it down. All right, and start of the shows, I have three products I want to show you today. So this is the Maniac line. This is the neutral foam shampoo. So we'll go and do this first. So basically, this one gets rid of the most of the the usual dirt that you see. So this is the first one. For the maintenance wash, generally, I will just use this and then wait for a couple of minutes and I'll spray it down. But today we're going to do one full-on spa-like thing where I'm going to use three different products. And I'll do this every maybe 2 or 3 months, thereabouts. Okay, so we start with this neutral wash, followed by the Black and Wrap shampoo. So this one, just want to show you guys. So this one will get rid of all the watermarks, if you like. Okay, so you will see sometimes the color becomes dull. It's because of those watermarks that you don't actually see. So this is actually going to hopefully dissolve some of those, because those stuff, right, when you kind of spray with just water, it doesn't get rid of it. So this is going to help. I quite like this product. I've used it once a few months ago, but I'm going to do it again to show you guys. Right, so it's for descaling. And finally, I'm going to use this, the ceramic shampoo. So the ceramic shampoo is going to give you that ceramic coating-like feel that you are very used to, right? You know how you pay a couple $100, $500-600 to go and put ceramic coating. This is the spray-on version, which is actually very, very convenient because you just spray on, leave it for a minute or so, and then just blast it away, and you get a ceramic coat. Of course, it doesn't last quite as long as the one that you put on. Those you last like a year or two. This one is probably good for 2 or 3 months. So, but I mean, it's not very expensive, and you know, I think the most important part, very simple. Right? With that, let's get going. So that's the pre-wash. You know, just pretty much just foam the thing, and when you're ready, just blast it off. So on a good day, the maintenance, this is what I'll just do, and then I'll just wipe it down. But for today, like I said, there's going to be a 3-step process. So yep, just give it a minute. So a minute's up. Now we're going to just blast them. This is super, super satisfying. Let's go. So just a quick tip here. Usually I like to blast it from the top because, you know, all the suds kind of roll down. If you blast at the bottom, yeah, you got to use a lot more water. So start from the top, and it should flush its way down. So this initial step usually is important to get rid of all the chunky and loose bits. It kind of lubricates the car, and yeah, hopefully the subsequent washes, you don't have anything that could scratch or paintwork. Okay, so the hot tip here also is that make sure you get into the crevices of the door, because you know, otherwise the suds and the soap actually get stuck at the door wells. So that's very, very important. So kind of just blast it a little bit. Same for the little gaps here as well as the side mirror. So one of the pet peeves I actually have with this particular pressure washer is that it's not long enough. So I think at some point I probably want to upgrade the hose to make it a bit longer, so I don't actually need to kind of log it around. But yeah, it's going to work for now. So that's the wash done. So now we're going to, you know, put the descaler into the bucket, and unfortunately this one we need to do a bit of hand washing. So yeah, let's get started. All right, like mentioned, the next one is going to be this black and red shampoo. So the intent here, like I said earlier, is to remove the minerals and kind of dissolve the minerals that's causing those watermarks. Okay, you don't actually have to use a lot, and I don't actually use this very often. And usually I use 2 buckets of water. So one obviously is a solution, and one is a clean bucket. So essentially you dip solution, you wash it, and then you kind of rinse it off in the clean water, right? So for this, if I'm not mistaken, 4 caps to 8 liters of water. Just so happen I have a bucket that's 8 liters. If you want, you can get this bucket from Daiso. So yeah, 4 caps. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple as that. Okay, let's get this little cloth here. Just dip it in, make sure it's all nice and soaked, and we are ready to go. Yeah, so like I mentioned, this is a bit of a legwork, elbow grease, because you kind of need to do it manually. So 2 buckets of water. And very important to not let it dry on the car, right? So let's do this as soon as possible. That's done. Let's go. Blast this off. So it's done. I want to kind of give you a view on, you know, the ceramic properties of the car at the moment. Doesn't have a whole lot, but I just want to do a before and after so you guys get a view of it. So not sure if this will come out on the camera well, but just want to kind of spray some water here till you get a feel of how it looks like before I apply the ceramic coating. See how the water doesn't form little droplets, and yeah, it doesn't come down as a sheet as well. So yeah, so the next thing is ceramic shampoo. This is probably my favorite part because it's the easiest compared to, how there's a lot of tutorial online, kind of scares you off, as to how you want to put your ceramic coating, the apply ones, right? This is just really just spray, wait for a minute and rinse, okay? So I'm going to apply this using the foam cannon again. I'm going to use this. I've already filled it with some water. It says that you need about 4 caps, but I think for 4 caps of a big bucket, but I only got this much, so I probably use like 2 caps maybe. And yeah, again, you don't actually need to use this very often. Maybe once you see that water droplets not forming on your car anymore, then you can go apply it. I probably say every 2 months, 3 months. It says here about 3 months, but I give it a plus minus 2 months. Right, so let's get that going. Final step, all prime, ready to go. All right, that's done. I think give it about 30 seconds, a minute, and I'll spray it down. So that's done. Now, final step is just to wipe it dry. So let's check out the before and after. Nice. No pooling of water, so it's just coming down. Look at that. Beautiful. This is the cloth. I think it's 60 by maybe 40 cm. But yeah, I'll try to leave the links below. I'm not too sure about our Aussie friends and UK friends, but yeah, I think it's not brand specific. If you can get something similar, I think that will work as well. So let's wipe this thing down. So I tend to kind of wipe the top first and not try to get the bottom because I'm not too sure if I've got every dirt. But yeah, that's the way I do it. The good part about this towel gets about 90% or maybe 85% of the water off. So the next towel you use, it's just going to be a breeze. So the whole idea here is not to get any of those watermarks and get it as dry as possible. All done. So look at this towel. It's very heavy, but there's nothing out of it. It's very, very heavy. Yeah, pretty much got all the water. So let's get the dry cloth and wipe it down one more time. So that's it, folks. And I'll get you guys back inside and we'll wrap this up. So folks, what do you think? I'm not too sure if you guys have anything easier or much more a simpler process. If you do have, please leave me a comment and share with me because I'm looking to optimize as much as possible. But nonetheless, I will leave all the products that I've used in the description, as well as the kind folks at CarWorks have also provided us a discount code, and I'll leave it in the description below if you want to kind of pick up any of these products that I kind of like from them as well. So that's all the time we have for today. As always, thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one.